Perfect. Good afternoon and welcome to the Tiger TV Game Day Show. Joining me to my right, Miss Carlin Theory. To my left, Miss Cassidy Taylor. How are we feeling today, guys?
I'm feeling great. I mean, it's a game in Death Valley. Nothing beats a home opener.
I'm feeling great. We got like 6 or 7 new guys that are going to be walking down Victory Hill for the first time. I'm looking pretty excited.
Yeah, the cheerleaders just coming down Victory Hill. They're fired up. The fans are fired up. The Manship Terrace is fired up with tailgates. We're ready to go. Let's go ahead and get right into the first game of the year, though. Before we get to tonight, we got to look back. LSU had a major matchup in week 1 against the Clemson Tigers. Top 5 matchup with a lot on the line, and LSU would snap the skid. For the first time since 2018, the Tigers would win their home opener, or would win the opening game of the season, behind a dominant defensive performance. The offense doing just enough to get away with a win, but the defense, really the star of the show. That front seven had a dominant performance against the Clemson offensive line, and they sealed the game, especially those linebackers. Whit Weeks, Harold Perkins Jr., West Weeks all played phenomenal. The Tigers get it done in week 1.
And the Tigers weren't the only team to get a win this week. In week 1, Louisiana Tech also took down one of LSU's future opponents, Southeastern, 24-0 in Ruston. Tech's defense dominated the game, holding Southeastern to under 300 yards of total offense and keeping them off the scoreboard. The Tech offense would be a little slower out the gate, only scoring 3 points in the first half, but the offense would pick it up in the second half, pulling away in the third quarter. They won the turnover battle, but only went 3 for 10 on the third down. They're looking to be sure that and bring up Sonny Cumbie's hum-flying offense with Trey Kukuk at the helm.
Yeah, that's right. Both teams got it done over the weekend, and they have some pretty dynamic signal callers at the quarterback position. Let's take a look at the numbers in this week's quarterback breakdown. And these guys are virtually identical. The exact same completion percentage. Both threw for a touchdown last weekend and both avoided turning the ball over. But personally, I think Trey Kukuk has an edge with his legs. He's able to be mobile. He's able to extend plays and extend the pocket, make those plays with his legs. Like Sonny Cumbie mentioned, he did a great job of getting first downs on the ground. That's going to be a big part of his game today as Louisiana Tech looks to pull off the upset. And Garrett Nussmeier on the other side went from gunslinger to game manager, it looked like, and that's far from a shot. He did exactly what Brian Kelly and Joe Sloan needed him to do. He kept the team on track and got them a big win in week 1. Guys, we've laid the land out for this quarterback matchup. Who do you think has the edge?
I think Garrett Nussmeier's got this one in the bag. His offense is pretty polished off, and our LSU defense is something mean. So
I'm going to have to disagree with Cassidy. I'm going to have to go with our underdog, QB Kukuk. I mean, his ability could definitely throw our defense off.
It's been nearly 10 years since LSU and Louisiana Tech shared the field, and for the first time since 2018, the two sides will do battle in the cathedral of college football. But what is a matchup without history? Tiger TV's Devin Whitson has more.
Coming off a successful season opening victory against Clemson, attention for the Bayou Bengals turned towards in-state foe, Louisiana Tech.
We've certainly feel great about what we accomplished, but our mantra this year is 1-0. So we celebrated that win, 24 hours. We came in, had recovery on Sunday. Monday we went back to work, put that behind us, and focused on Louisiana Tech, and we want to go 1-0.
Although the series history between the Tigers and the Bulldogs is a bit lopsided, with LSU winning 19 of the 20 meetings between the two teams, Tech holds only one victory over LSU back in 1904, where the Bulldogs were victorious in a 6-0 win. While the last meeting between the two sides hasn't taken place since 2018, where LSU won 38-21, the Bulldogs hope that following a 24-0 victory over Southeastern, that there's a chance to potentially provide a shock in that valley, despite being listed as 38-point underdogs.
You know, in all these games, your margin for error is very small, and you have to maximize your opportunities. And how we do that is just to be our best. That's what I ask our kids: is to be your best, be our best, and go out and play Saturday night, you know, against a really good team. But you know, I really love our team and how competitive our team is, and the fight that we have, and also the talent in our room.
As LSU comes into Saturday night's matchup ranked at number 3 in the latest AP poll, the Bayou Bengals look to continue the new season on the right foot in the team's home opener under the lights in Death Valley in hopes to not have a repeat performance of last season's home opener. This has been...
Like Devin mentioned, LSU looking to avoid the trap game, and Louisiana Tech looking to pull off the upset. But to my right, a special guest has joined us here on the Manship Terrace, the head man of the powerhouse of college baseball, two-time national champion, head coach Jay Johnson. How you doing, sir?
Great to see you.
Great to see you as well. Obviously, the team's run in Omaha, a magical one, undefeated in such a tough bracket, such a tough environment. Just talk a little bit about the mentality that your team had. You said they had to be one-run ready. Just talk about what that meant to have that team pull through like that.
Yeah, very proud of the 2025 team, not just being national champions, but how they did it. You know, our motto for the year was tough and together. Toughness to us is just mental ability to focus on the task at hand, no matter the circumstances, and the togetherness, like of always placing the needs of the team above your own. They did both those things tremendously, and it paid off in great baseball for an entire season.
Absolutely, but you know Tiger fans, they're always looking at what's next. Talk to us a little bit about what 2026 like. Obviously off camera, you said you got a lot of business going on today. Talk about what next year's team, what Tiger fans can expect from them.
Yeah, we're in the initial stages of that, but we like the group that we've assembled. A lot of it is some of those veterans from last year's team, you know, Stephen Milam, Jake Brown, Derek Curiel, Chris Stanfield, Cade Arambidi. You know, on the position player side, we got a lot of guys that got a lot of run on that championship team. We feel like we supplemented them well in the transfer portal, and a couple really good freshmen, you know, Omar Cerna, Mason Braun. And then we feel like we have a very deep pitching staff. And I'm really excited for the fall to see how it all kind of shakes out. And we have a lot of work to do. Obviously, our league's going to be incredibly hard again. Excited for the challenge.
Yeah, I'm going to put you out of the baseball world for a minute, though. I know you're the baseball wizard around these parts, but let's talk football for a minute. This team had a big challenge ahead of them in week 1. They handled it. How do you think they kind of embody that tough and together mindset as some of your teams have had?
Yeah, I was really impressed. I watched every snap of the game. Love what they're doing here as a program. When you're a coach and you know what it takes to get to that point, you see some of the behind the scenes of how they've recruited, and I honestly think their best players are the ones they just brought in the transfer portal. And then, you know, really good play, played mistake-free for the most part on offense, and I judge teams by how they do in close games. That was a great close win on the road.
And one last question. I know you're a busy man. Give us a score prediction for tonight.
Oh, let's go 56-14 Tigers.
All right. Thank you, Coach Johnson.
All right,
After
sounds
the
good.
break, we'll break down more of this matchup between the Tigers and the Bulldogs. Don't go anywhere.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love. Love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
You need some help?
Your toe chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent.
Welcome back to the Tiger TV Game Day. Welcome back to the Tiger TV Game Day show. As you see it right there, here they come. The Golden Band from Tigerland. For the first time in 2025, Tiger Band makes their way down Victory Hill. Let's go ahead and hear it.
Those 4 notes, guys.
We're so bad!
Are you doing it?
As you can see, the Golden Band from Tigerland making their way down Victory Hill. They aren't the only ones looking for a strong performance. Colin, you have information on one LSU freshman who's also looking to make a name.
Number 11 overall recruit DJ Pickett has made big moves on LSU's defense. Last weekend against Clemson, Pickett played 25 snaps and 2 tackles with 0 receptions allowed. LA Tech want to make sure its offense is smart with this true freshman cornerback.
Every year, LSU brings in new talent, and this season, a true freshman cornerback has gained national attention. LSU landed 5-star cornerback DJ Pickett, beating out top competitors Miami and Oregon. From Zephyrless, Florida, the 11th ranked recruit coming out of high school has only been on campus for a few short months, but he has already made an impact on LSU's defense.
We were really pleased with his first college game, and, you know, I think he makes us better.
The true athleticism is clear. In 2023, Pickett was a star player for Zephyrless High School, getting snaps at both wide receiver and defensive back, catching 52 passes for 1,033 yards and 15 touchdowns on offense while totaling 31 tackles.
But I've been more impressed with his physicality so far than the coverage skills and stuff. He's always had that, and he's gotten better. Don't get me wrong, but his physicality he's turned it up a notch this fall camp.
His on-field awareness, agility, and pure strength are all qualities that make him stand out, so much so that his veteran teammates have even noticed.
DJ, how he carries himself, you know, things he does off the field, he doesn't act like a freshman. Sometimes I forget he is a freshman. So, you know, really just proud of that guy and look to see a lot more from him this season.
Coming in at 6'5", his height makes him stand out from the other cornerbacks on the team. Some may be concerned because Pickett is just a freshman, but Brian Kelly says,
We got talented freshmen, and if they can help us win, I'm going to play them all. I'll play anybody.
Many are excited to see what Pickett brings to the plate in this week's game against LA Tech. This is Carlin Theory, Tiger TV Sports.
From the defense to the offense, one of the biggest concerns LSU fans had coming into the season was the revamped offensive line. After losing 4 of their 5 starters from last season, fans were anxious to see how the new 5 front would look. In their first test of the season, the LSU offensive line held strong, anchored by Braylon Moore. As a center, the LSU O-line was able to keep the ball moving down the field while giving Hesmeier time to work his magic in the pocket. Head coach Brian Kelly spoke about his opinion of the line's debut and how he wanted to see them improve in the future.
I thought Tyree was really solid, and then, of course, you know, we got Thompson, who's a veteran player. So it was a good mix of guys. I think we can get better. There's no question. I know we can get better. But for a first start against arguably one of the best defensive lines we're going to see, I think.
Now that we've talked about the LSU defense and the LSU offense, we're going to look into what both of these teams have to do to secure a W tonight. Cassidy, you're going to start us off with LSU.
The first key for me is to start hot. In all but one of LSU's losses last year, the other team got on board first. It is imperative that LSU get out of the blocks fast tonight. My second key is headhunters. We just spoke about that LSU defense. They held Clemson to 31 rushing yards last week. That's the second fewest rushing yards a Clemson team has had in a game under Dabo Swinney. They have to continue to fly around the field and do work on the inside. And the third and final key for me is to ride the wave. This is the first time LSU has entered Tiger Stadium undefeated since 2019. They have to ride this momentum and use the crowd behind them if they want to keep that 0 in the loss column.
Yeah, some great points right there, Cassidy, but on the other side is a very dangerous and very hungry Louisiana Tech Bulldog squad. Let's take a look at their 3 keys to victory tonight. The first one for me is to survive the storm. Like you just said, Cassidy, LSU's coming in with a lot of momentum. They'll have 100,000 in purple and gold behind them. You have got to weather that early onslaught, limit the fast start, and make this a 12-round boxing match. The second key for me is to avoid the mistakes, and this one's obvious. Against a team like this, in an environment like this, you've got to avoid pre-snap penalties, turnovers, undisciplined play like the plague. It is the only way you can win a game like this. And final key for me is to hold the rock. Tech had the best defense in Conference USA last year and got a shutout in Week 1 against Southeastern, but they won't be able to hold down LSU forever. Running back Clayton Nevin is going to have a huge day, and Tech will have to control the clock if they want to get this done tonight. Now, the man in charge of leading this Louisiana Tech team is 4th-year head coach Sonny Cumbie. The Bulldogs are still kind of rebuilding as a program, trying to get them back to where they were in the 2010s. This is a program that had 8 winning seasons under previous head coach Skip Holtz, including 6 bowl wins. This year's Tech team got off to a strong start, and that defense, like we mentioned, tops in the CUSA in yards allowed and forced over a turnover a game last year. They forced 3 takeaways against Southeastern, and Coach Cumbie is looking to bring that defense down to Baton Rouge.
Deal. Anytime you score points on defense in terms of a scoop and score, I think we had 3 red zone takeaways. And I think that anytime that you have a group of competitors and a group of fighters like our football team is, they're going to be excited about playing again.
Coming up, we'll have a look at how LSU is staying fresh on and off the field. We'll be right back.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
Football team will do their pregame traditional walk down Victory Hill today. And today, each of them will be sporting a new fresh cut. I had the opportunity to join the draft picks team who is behind cutting your LSU football players for game day. LSU football is just one of many programs across the country whose players are known for their expressive and unique style. And hair is one of the most important parts about having a unique style. So let's take a look into the draft picks who help our future NFLSU draft picks look their very best. Draft Picks is a local Baton Rouge barbershop that has 3 locations, with one of them just short of LSU's campus on Lee Drive. And in recent years, the shop has been named the official barber of LSU football.
We became the official LSU team barber from TJ Malvo. He the owner of Draft Picks, and he the one who did the background talking to get us in this barbershop.
Every Thursday at 5 p.m., you can find the Draft Picks team heading into the LSU football facility to provide quality haircuts to both athletes and staff. The team has given haircuts to a variety of both current and former LSU players over the years.
Current players I cut are Garrett Nussmeier, Whit Weeks, Bauer Sharp,
Nick Anderson, Dane Shanklin, Mike Van Buren, Mansour Delane,
DJ Pickett, Aiden Daniels, Kyron Lacey.
Be sure to be on the lookout for your LSU football team as they come off of a fresh win with the fresh cut. And as Coach Prime once said, when you look good, you feel good, and when you feel good, you play good. Be sure to check out Draft Picks, the official barbershop of LSU. For Tiger TV Sports, I'm Cassidy Taylor. I mean, after coming off of that Clemson win and with 3 top 20 ranked teams coming up on my schedule, I mean, who wouldn't want to look their best?
Yeah, I'd want to look my best as well. Like Dion said, look good, feel good, play good. After the break, we'll take a look at the inactives and we'll give our predictions. Stay tuned.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love. Love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
Welcome back to the Tiger TV Game Day Show.
For this evening's injury report, we have wide receiver Destin Hill. He's out with a fractured hand, which took place last weekend against Clemson. Head coach Brian Kelly hopes to see Hill returning to the field in a week.
We're wrapping up here, ladies, but it's time to do our game day predictions. We've got 4 games on the slate that we're going to pick. The first one, Michigan versus Oklahoma. Carlin, who you got?
Venables had a pretty rough season last year, so I think this is a very big game for him to win. So I have OU 38-32.
I mean, John Mateer and his offense are pretty good, but Michigan's defense I think is a little bit better. I've got Michigan 24-21.
I'm going to go with Cassidy here. I think Michigan holds it down in the big house. They get a big win over John Mateer and the Oklahoma Sooners. The second game we're going to look at, Oregon versus Oklahoma State. Mike Gundy with some questionable comments towards Dan Lanning. What were your thoughts and who you got?
Yeah, so regarding those comments, I think Oregon has a lot to prove Mike Gundy wrong. So I'm getting Oregon 21-17.
I mean, Oregon is one of the best teams in the college football right now, so I'm going to have to go with Oregon as well.
Yeah, I don't think this is much of a game. These two programs at one time were on the same level. They're not anymore. I like Dan Lanning and the Ducks to get this one done big. Tonight, a little bit of an underrated sleeper. Neither of these teams in the top 25, but should be a pretty good game. Vanderbilt going to Blacksburg to take on Virginia Tech. Cassidy, who you got?
I mean, Vanderbilt did beat Virginia Tech in their season opener last year, and I think Diego Pavia and the Commodores can do it again, so I'm rolling with the Commodores.
I'm going to have to agree. Yes, Virginia Tech lost to South Carolina, has a lot to prove, but I'm still going to go with Vandy.
I'm going to be the lone opinion again here. I think Virginia Tech at home, Lane Stadium, enter Sandman blaring. The Hokies get it done at home over Vanderbilt. And finally, the main event for everyone in this city and around this state, LSU, Louisiana Tech. Who you got and why?
I got our Tigers. I mean, I do think that LA Tech has a lot to prove, and I don't think that we should doubt them as they're the underdogs, but I think LSU will take this win.
I think we all know what happens when you put a bulldog in a cage with a tiger, so I'm rolling with LSU. How about you, Andon?
I'm going to go with LSU, but I think Louisiana Tech, that defense is really strong, really fast, especially on the outside. I think they keep up with LSU for a couple of quarters, but in the long run, LSU's depth and athleticism gets the win. I'm going to go with LSU 42-7 tonight. That's all we have for myself, Andon Brabham, Carlin Theory, Cassidy Taylor. We wish you a good night and a happy game day.
Happy game day.